Good morning. Logan and I are trying a new workflow setup where we work in the same space. So he came over to my place today and plugged in the hard drive with all of the stuff on it, and it just didn't work. I suspect it was the kitty's doing, because less work means more pets. Basically, we need to re-download all of the stuff from Dropbox.
Only 13 hours. Earlier it said 71 days.
Which for this year's challenge was a total of 4 blah, 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 blah. Getting up a flight of stairs is also usually tough for a robot because it needs to be able to see. Damn it. But its knees get in the way, which is what. Except with spinning sensors on top of them that make them run out of breath. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Did I say all the words right? Google's fleet has already logged over 1 million kilometers in the. Do I say kilometers or kilometers? I'm Biwordular. Self-driving cars use a type of AI that analyzes a situation and plotting trajectories. Trajectories is a stupid word.
You say it disappointed and sad.
But also a little happy at the same time.
Yeah. Slightly turned on, but you don't.
Okay, that's a lot more sophisticated than, say, a Roomba.
That's good. You nailed it.
And don't forget to go to youtube.com/.
Have you guys ever heard of tiny houses? I feel like I had heard about them a while ago, but never really looked into them. But for the past few hours, I've just been reading and looking at pictures and researching. I'm intrigued. This is a company called Tumbleweed that builds these tiny houses. I think it's one of a handful of companies that make the tiny houses, but there are a lot of places where you can just buy plans and build them yourself. They're all between like 100 and 200 square feet. They're super small, but they look really nice inside. And because they're so small, they're relatively cheap, and especially if you can find the time to build them yourself, they're probably affordable enough that you wouldn't have to have a mortgage. Or I guess I don't know what kind of loan you would get to build something like this. They all have to be built on wheels because apparently most places have legal restrictions that require your house to be at least a certain size. So the only way to get around that and build something smaller is to technically make it an RV. I'm sure I'm romanticizing it quite a bit, but now this has me all excited. I was just talking yesterday about, you know, my dreams to travel the United States, and now I'm like, well, I could just build a tiny house and travel in that around the country. So this couple built their house and then they are traveling around the country with it. So they have cool shots like this where they're driving their house down the middle of New York City. I just found out there's a tiny houses subreddit with 60,000 people following it. I feel like I'm going down this crazy rabbit hole. Part of me doesn't know if I could ever live in something so small, mostly because I have so much stuff, but another part of me is like, well, you know, downsizing the amount of stuff would probably be healthy, especially given my current tax situation. Trying to live as simply as possible is probably a good thing right now. Not even probably. It's definitely a good thing. Do you want to live in a tiny house, kitty? What about you? Actually, pets is probably one of the biggest considerations that I would have to figure out. Part of me can't even believe that I'm considering this. I just saw that there's a documentary on Netflix called Tiny about a couple who builds their own little tiny house. So I think I'm gonna watch that and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So thank you for watching this, and I will see you tomorrow.